that it's not recording, so I'm just going to check I've got it on. Yeah. Tim and Jonathan in the town.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's been a while, hasn't it?
Been a while.
nice.
Been busy boys.
Busy, and I've recently sent off my laptop, so I'm working with my old one. You've been doing a lot of work, haven't you?
Yep.
It's good to be back, and we've got a lot that we need to be caught up on, right?
Oh yes. I can start actually by saying I've lost about 5 troops and 5 rocket launchers from because of South Africa. I think South Africa's an active threat.
Really?
I think I was going after Angola and just split them off in ones. One troop, one rocket, and I was looking through the game events, and it looked like South Africa was responsible for my demise there. So I just sent them after a city each in Angola, and they've disappeared. So I'll mass a bit of a big stack and maybe put some air support, and then go a bit more tentatively into South Africa, I think. But you guys are doing very nicely. Oh yeah, you just sent off a missile.
Oh yeah, take a look at this one though.
Chemical ballistic missile level 3.
Nice.
Whoa.
Where else should I hit? Because
Troop killer.
I've got another ballistic missile in me.
Well, potentially Lusaka, which is on the border nearer me, on the river in the north. It's Petrol City.
Right. Why is that?
Because if I lost a load of troops to South Africa, that's going to be the most defensible position for where I go in.
I can see you're picking up radar contacts there, so I could go with a chemical and take down troops, or I could go with a conventional to take down tanks, or I've actually got some nukes as well now, but I'm saving them for an ICBM.
Ooh.
What's your pick?
I'm going to go a normal oneer on Lusaka, just to see what it picks up. I should get my UAV over here. I think I have actually. What we could do is... God, they're so small and difficult to spot. I think I may have sent a UAV over there, actually.
So there were some ships by Cape Town earlier. I'm presuming
Yeah.
taking them all out.
Yeah, I've just looked through my I've got 13 notifications from midday through to about 3 hours ago.
Right.
I was fighting a task force and a submarine wolf pack, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And I had one stack that's now just left with one cruiser. I've lost a few ships there, but everything he had is gone. And then I've got
nice.
the naval officer stack still intact. Cleared out some ships outside Cape Town yesterday and flattened that. He's actually moved his capital inland to an annexed city, so he's...
Oh.
And actually, he's just messaged me.
What's he saying?
Saying nice naval fight. Alright.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you? He said, who are you? What do you mean?
Who are you?
Who are you? That's really weird. So he's a really active player. Totally underestimated him. And he's done the moving of the capital in the last day or so, because it was on Cape Town.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Ooh, yeah. So he's got level 5 arms industry on components. So he's gone after ships in a big way. He's got a naval base on Port Elizabeth still, so possibly worth taking that out. And yeah, I'll save up a big stack then and go into South Africa properly. Got 3 rockets already there, with 1 more coming.
He's kind of like our last threat, really, isn't he?
Yeah. He's been attacking my home cities with agents. I had to put full counter-ops on So that's 3 times 8, 8, 16, 24. 24 agents on my home cities.
Oh, wow.
And
might load up a bit.
yeah, let's give him an attack. 2, 3. What should we go for? Corruption. I'll see if anything goes for corruption as capital, but I think he had his home cities defended, and if he didn't, then he does now. Lost a few agents attacking South Africa's home cities, and then I think he did a counter-attack. So yeah, that's the player responsible. Strange that they didn't expand further than they have if they're, quite an active player. Yeah,
like all of Africa has just kind of been there for the taking for weeks, really. It's a lot of rogue state in the centre.
Yeah.
And the rest is just a mess.
He hasn't really capitalised upon it, so he might have a lot of troops that are just like hanging around.
Yeah, super defensive, and that's why I've met a bit of a demise in some areas, but now I know we'll go in a bit more carefully.
And we'll see what happens when this chemical missile lands, but he'll need to decontaminate his city. He won't be able to have any troops there. Also, like, you'll take damage if you travel through a chemical city.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't have been a good idea for me to hit Lasaka because that's a choke point.
Oh, I see. Oh, good to know. I didn't know that at all. But then I've never used a missile.
Yeah. So there's a buff which some of your units can get, which is NBC protection. I believe it's like high level mechanized. The special forces have it. Maybe some tanks, and that means they don't get hurt as much, or they don't get hurt at all in chemical and nuclear fallout. But that's never really come into play with me.
Yeah, I saw something about that on the mechs, I think, or what, some of them.
Yeah, but I think generally, if you've nuked a city, then you're not going to need to send in many troops to, clear off the rest of the troops.
Yeah, 2 more upgrades.
I guess you might want to retake the city from them and then decontaminate it yourself.
Yeah.
But that's, we don't often go for the missile route, do we? So it's
no.
a bit long.
Oh, good to be using them. Oh, you've been very helpful, Tim, sending your troops in to help in the Middle East and in Europe.
Oh, yeah, it took... Yeah, I haven't got a lot. I've just been trying to do bits of damage with the ships, mainly. I haven't got a whole lot in terms of, like, land armies. I did have a stack somewhere. Oh, yeah, there's one in Austria. Sam's... 1 infantry.
The war with Italy's over now, and the war with Romania is close to being over.
Oh, great.
So I think that will make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, I noticed one of the wars had dropped off me because I was on 10 and now I'm on 9, so that's good. And especially when the Romanian war is in the English Channel. I wonder, do the French call it the English Channel? Or do they call it the French Channel? I don't know. But anyway, there's a US frigate or more. That's the naval contact. So I've got 5 destroyers going in, and actually I'm getting there in 3 minutes 40 seconds. So we'll have a look at that.
Yeah, you're campaigning to take the UK back, right?
Yeah, for the Duke.
Very, very nice. Invade Buckingham Palace in his honour.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly. I don't think he'd have approved of the warmongering, but this is for me, really.
And troops returning home from India.
Yeah. The colony.
The Gurkhas. Yeah.
But I've got a fair bit going in. I've got 5 mechanized troops, 2 rockets, National Guard, sending in the National Guard, 2 mobile anti-airs, and a pretty battered armoured fighting vehicle, 2 more mechs, and a radar. And I've got an AWACS over there showing me the way. And actually Rogue State has taken over London town, because I cleared it out with my rockets when they were just sort of sitting in Calais. Oh, I took Calais. Yeah, I think it was German. Oh, better send someone back to sit on that. No point in it going rogue. Okay, cool. So yeah, we've got a bit of a fight on our hands with South Africa, which is very nice. It's not going to be long before I've taken Ethiopia, and you two boys doing very nicely in Europe. What's happening in America?
Oh yeah, I had a very long trek sending over some rocket launchers and radar and some turrets, which probably won't use. But now I'm gradually starting to make progress. So I've taken all of his home cities and the land around them, and I'm now moving up to Manaus in central Brazil, and then I'm going to move down to Brasilia, take his capital.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's not really here anymore because he hasn't sent any resistance to me. So it's just a question of taking as much land as fast as possible.
Very nice.
It might be a good idea for me to go like south to Bolivia once I get a few more troops in there. But again, I just don't have enough troops to go around. I've been making quite a few, but they're split between Europe and America. And it's been a big challenge holding on to all of these European cities because they're very closely packed together. I think it's a big advantage if you start in Europe, but not if you're invading it later in the game.
Okay, it takes forever to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we are powering on ahead now. We're maybe 5 days away from victory. If we keep up this pace.
Yeah, possibly. So we're on 3,384 points out of 4,255. And what's that left? So 3,400, 4,300, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 900-ish points left.
Yeah, and we've been hitting like 200 a day, haven't we, roughly?
Yeah, and I think that'll only continue. There's potentially quite a few points to be gained from today, and as wars start ending, my territories will contribute way more points as the morale improves. I'm sending my stealth bomber. So I've got a nice stealth bomber. I've got a UAV that I've found, and I'm sending to Lusaka, and I'm sending the stealth bomber to Lusaka as well. And I've got my AWACS in London, and I'm quite enjoying all these aerial vehicles that I've never had before. Have either of you had them?
What the UAVs?
UAVs.
Yeah, I've not used them before.
They're so cool because I've got an AWACS, which is like a massive radar in the sky, and you can see the blimps, and that's in London, and then you can send the UAV to the blips and identify what everything is.
Yeah,
I'm quite a fan, because it showed me exactly what there was. There were main battle tanks from the US. And other things you can see from that episode, and they're not very expensive. They do, so they're quite cheap to research. And I think sometimes if you know what is coming or where it's coming from early game, it can be an enormous advantage. So I don't know if it's worth bashing one of those out early doors or not. What do you think?
I think like if you've got your air superiority fighter, that can do a lot of stuff the UAV and the AWACS does early on, and then later on I tend to rely on radars to do my reconnaissance. So they're quite easy to pump out and they're cheap to upgrade. What level airbase do you need for the AWACS?
Just a level 1 I've seen. I'm just having a look at it now. Level 1 airbase, arms industry level 1. It's quite cheap to research, and it tells you exactly what's in an army. So unlike the radar that just gives you a blimp, it literally shows you the unit, the level.
Oh, within its whole range, does it?
Yeah, but its range is very small. So 50.
Oh, sorry, is this the UAV or the AWACS?
UAV.
Right.
It's 50, but that's like it's actually quite it's a bit larger an area than I thought, but you do have to follow it around. So yeah, it's not a huge area, and the AWACS is a lot different. So you need a higher level. There it is. You need a level 4 airbase. The level 1 AWACS gives you 150 radar range, which is pretty good, considering you can fly it around quite quickly. But that's a high level airbase. So difficult to say really, but quite enjoyed investigating them. How are your missiles coming on?
Just a couple of minutes until they land now, I think.
Ooh, 50 seconds, just in time. Let's have a look then. The other one's a lot further out. 45. So arrival soon. We're going into Army Base level 3, Recruiting Office level 2, Arms Industry level 3. We've got a population of 7.9, morale of 82%, and I wonder if he's going to be, like, the player is going to be taken by surprise. So 20 seconds nearly. And your attack...
decimate my morale in all my cities.
Oh god. 155 damage against troops, 60 damage against people. It's a chemical missile. It's a dirty bomb.
It's a very dirty bomb. There we go.
There it is. Oh, nasty. Oh, very nasty. Okay, I see what you mean. I was chemical bombed by Norway, I think, in a previous series.
Taken out 2 of his population. I didn't hit any troops.
Cool.
But I like seeing the little skull above the city.
Yeah. Looks interesting.
So he can't make anything there until he decontaminates it, and any troops that he sends through will get hurt.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Very
okay,
nice.
Yeah. That's good to see. And then the other missile is just a conventional missile, but we know there is a stack of something on there.
I've leveled this up. How many times have I leveled up? Just the once, I think. It's level 3.
It's got a big hit, 100 against hard targets, and 25 against troops. So it'll certainly take out any. And
have you noticed the name of this coalition that we're up against?
What's it called?
They called themselves the Turtles, which is quite funny. Algeria, South Africa, Germany, Ethiopia, and Peru. So at some point they've been on to rejoin and form a new coalition, because that's not what it was called before. And they're obviously still just fighting away against us, turtling up.
Hero turtles.
Inscription is, "Where's your ships?"
Where's your ships? Question mark. Is that from... don't really know.
Yeah, what that's a reference to.
Very strange.
Oh, I remember. Right, I remember. I think, is Ethiopia the leader then? Because I know what that's about. Because when I was flattening Ethiopia's cities last week, I asked him where his ships were. There weren't any, and then he sent them round, but they didn't really stop me.
Okay.
Maybe that's what the reference is.
And now he's named his coalition after it, has he?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah. I expected them to attack my home cities by now, but I've had them fairly heavily defended with basically destroyers and rockets. I've got 4 rockets and level 5 destroyers, and then I've got a level 4 underground bunker being built on 1 city, and then a couple of three destroyers around the other side where I'm building up 2 rocket launchers. So I'm pretty secure, which is nice. Well, we'll see what's on Lusaka later anyway, because I've got a UAV going over now.
Yeah.
So that'll be good to know.
When is it arriving?
I'll have to find it again. There it is. 3 hours 4 minutes. It's going at a speed of 5. It's got hit points of 2.
Can I buy some more rares from anyone?
Oh yeah, I've got some rares. I don't have any supplies though to give you, but I've got plenty of components if anyone needs any.
I'm okay for supplies. I've decided to just stop making rockets, so I don't really need them anymore.
Okay.
Got more than enough to get by.
Yeah.
4,000 at 27. Can't quite afford that. Let's make it 2,000. I'll do.
I can give you money. I've got like 100,000.
2,000 will be enough to tide me over. I'm on like 225 an hour, so that's good enough.
225 an hour. Oh, that's very good. I'm just on 195.
Yeah. I've had enough to research all these nukes, and they're all very expensive. The nuclear weapons program is 5,000 rare materials.
Cool.
Yeah. Currently researching a level 2 ICBM, so in a couple of days I'll be able to fire one off. You need a level 5 secret weapons lab to make the ICBM launcher, and that is 10 hours away. So in 2 days, once I made the launcher, I'll be able to fire one off.
Cracking. What do you think will be the target?
Yeah, that's a good question. It was going to be South Africa, but I've also realised I've got all my ballistic missiles here, so it can be anyone really. We could just pick on someone who's just been like completely neutral this game.
Madagascar might be quite interesting to go at because he's still active. South Africa's new capital. So right. But we'll see if he's still there or not. I don't know. It will take me a while to run my troops down to him.
Yeah.
So we'll see, because I've still got to sit on quite a lot of these cities. 30% on that one. 30%, yeah. But I'm only at war with 9 nations, so 2 or 3 days till I can free up some cities. These guys have come off here. Okay. What's your favourite unit at the minute, Tim?
Probably say still like the launchers. I haven't got any in this game, but yeah, rocket launchers are my favourite.
Okay.
And then probably the naval officer after that, just because just such a beast. Just has so much health, you never lose it.
Yeah. I've just realised I researched the tank officer, and I've never built him. Oh, and I think I've got enough. Have I got a spare city that can do him? Oh, yes. What shall I call him?
Something to do with the UK.
Oh, yeah. The Duke.
The Duke, yeah. I think that works.
There we go. Called him the Duke. Started building him. He'll be ready in 16 hours, 42 minutes. Oh, I've always wanted a tank commander, and I can stick him with some rockets, and he buffs them. Oh, that'll be very, very nice.
Yeah, it buffs all of those kind of units, so you buff air defense too, if that was relevant.
Yeah.
And buff the speed of the units as well, so they can move around quicker. Yeah, I don't usually do it because I don't usually go down the route of researching tanks, but that would be a very good one for you.
Oh yes, very happy with that. Always wanted one. Particularly thought, for air defense, the buff is quite interesting. And I guess if you want to get really creative and think about different scenarios, you could have a stack of like 9 theatre defense systems fully upgraded with a tank commander, and then they'd have quite a huge range of anti-air. Theatre defense, just as a random idea.
So that would be good at really good against planes.
Yeah, their attack range is 150, which is huge compared to normal like mobile SAMs, which is 100. So they've got 50% more coverage, which can really it can really take you by surprise. And for attack against planes, but with the tank commander buff, that would go up to like 5 or 6.
I think their main use is just against missiles, like for the sole reason that it takes so long to be able to get to the level 5 army base and to get the theatre defense and then level them up to a point where they're not incredibly slow. So really you want them at level 4 so they can fly around. With some turrets it's fine because they're a lot more mobile. But really, like, by the point where you get to that stage, you're going to be past the mid game where everybody's pumped out strike fighters, and you'll be at the point where you might be being hit by missiles, which will be what you'll primarily use them for. And like by that point, if you haven't researched SAMs and there's a strike problem, then you're already going to be in trouble. So yeah, I don't really think it lines up, unfortunately, but it is like a very attractive idea. On some other games I played, I started a game as Greece. I'm going for a lot of frigates because they've got quite a decent range and they're also very maneuverable, and they function quite well against other ships at a high level.
Frigates are amazing, especially for like air and missile defense. When you group them together, they can be a real lifesaver. Your missiles coming in actually quicker than I thought. It's going to be 4 minutes. Wonder if I've seen what these naval units are yet. Oh yeah. Here we go. Let's have a look in the English Channel. Okay, so it's just 2 units from the US and they're frigates. So let's crack into them. They won't last long.
Those, aren't you?
Yeah, the level 1 frigates, they've got an attack of 6 each. And then I've got some fairly high level destroyers. 11 attack. So more than double the attack and more than double the volume of units.
Ooh, and now you're cracking into the the UK. This will give you an opportunity to end the oldest war that we've had, which is with Russia.
Oh yes. But they've taken over quite a few islands that are miles away.
Yeah, but you can still access them. They've all got ports. The furthest one away is the Faroe Islands. If you could take the time to go and get those, that'd be really appreciated. That'll
absolutely. It would be quite sweet.
Finally end that war.
Yeah, I'll split off a troop to go up there straight away and just work from the top down. There you go, 12 hours, and then I'll hop him onto the others. Yeah. Okay. Have I attacked them yet? Oh, right, I've attacked them. Killed 1 frigate already. Next attack in 58 minutes, and that'll polish off the other one. Then I'll send these guys to Plymouth, I think. So I go on aggressive fire control, and then go for Plymouth. Yep, they'll go there after they've finished with the frigates. Good. Okay, let's see your missile come in then. That's not going to take...
What's happening is he's left the centre of the province, which is, with ballistic missiles, you can only target the centre of the province. But these missiles have splash damage, so I think I'm still going to hit him. I'm just trying to see where it says the splash damage is. Splash damage within radius of 10. Ooh.
So they're on the game right now, and of course everyone on the map can see a missile. He's seen it coming. So yeah, trying to save some of his troops. Cool.
Quite often you can't get away. It just depends how far he has managed to get in this time.
Yeah, it looks pretty far. I wonder if he's got them on rush. I thought I saw them moving, but I wasn't sure if it was just an inaccurate blip.
Yeah, I think he must have just started moving them as soon as I fired the first chemical missile, or maybe before then. Who knows? But it'll be interesting to see if I can catch him out. Hopefully I can.
I'll send my rockets after him. They'll get there in 2 hours 25 minutes. I'll put them on rush, so it'll be 1 hour 36. I'll see them tonight, so I can start hammering him.
Did he have any buildings on there?
He's got no buildings there.
Well, if he did before, he might have done before, and he might have destroyed them because he realised the missile was coming.
Maybe. maybe we'll watch the video back and see. With 30 seconds away from an incoming missile, and the player's active, very active indeed. Even moving his troops out of the city, moved his capital.
It's going to be like one of those action movies. They've got to get away in time. Question is, are they going to be able to?
12 seconds.
Michael Bay, that's the director I'm thinking of.
3.
He likes his explosions. There we go. Oh,
there it is. So, have you got any way?
It didn't get them.
He's a good one. He got them away. Okay, well, I'm sending in 3 rockets, fully upgraded, which is not a lot, but they've got 7.21 damage total against either troops or hard targets or both. And then I've got another rocket going in. Go after them as well. And then I've got more going down there. Pretty sure UAV will fly around this area. And I've got some strike fighters I could send after him, just see what's there. Although, if he's got a SAM in that stack, they'll meet their demise, so we'll save those. Okay, well, good missiles, Jonathan.
I was hoping to kill some troops, but there you go.
Well, it certainly shows he's active at least.
So
it's given us important intel. Well, join us in the next episode to see what happens. But any last thoughts?
Not from me.
No, not from me.
Well, nice having you boys back on.
It's good to be back. Right.
Yeah. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.